Welcome to your weekly astrology forecast for the week from the 17th of October till the 23rd of October with me, Lada from Astrolada.com. And this week is going to be under the influence of Pluto joined with Mars. And very intense aspect actually. It happens only once every 2.5 years that we have this particular configuration when Pluto and Mars are together in the sky and Venus is changing a sign and Mercury is making opposition to Uranus. We're going to talk about each one of those and how they're going to impact you. But first I want to remind you, those of you who would like to participate and to attend my webinar with Marina, your other favorite astrologer, on planetary configurations, the foundations in the horoscope. This is for beginner astrologer or professional astrologers, those that want to see at a one glass what the horoscope is about, what the shape of the horoscope is, because everyone has like a shape, it's like a painting. Every single person has a different painting painted through the positioning of the planets, and we're going to explain to you what those different configurations and paintings and figures represent and how it's going to impact your fate and your life, and when you're going to be more successful, how you're going to be more successful. This is foundational astrology, amazing. Come join us on the 22nd of October, which is Saturday, and I'm putting a link for you, those of you who want to attend the webinar. But now let's start with the week of October, 17th of October till 23rd of October. Okay, most of the week is under the influence of Pluto conjunct Mars. As I said, it's a rare conjunction, once every 2.5 years. And what is its energy? Well, its intensity. Whenever Pluto joins with a planet, Pluto is this very extreme planet, black or white, and Mars is already energy. Mars is drive, ambition, motivation, and when Pluto joins, it intensifies all those martial qualities. So for most of the week, we're going to feel like people that are already ambitious, they can become 3 times more ambitious. People that love power, they can be even ruthless in how they go across in establishing power and establishing their and pushing through with their desires. Mars is our desires, and Pluto can make us ruthless in following them. Mars is our passions, and Pluto can make us very intense and very uncompromising in following them, black or white. You're either gonna discard something you're following, or you go and totally block it, or you're gonna go into it passionate, intensely, consumingly, which is Pluto. But also with more strategy, because Mars is like unbridled action, you know, just blindly, just storming into something. But Pluto is a deeper, Pluto as they call it, is the higher octave of Mars. So if Mars is like the more primitive energy we jump with, Pluto is the more strategic expulsion of energy, more kind of almost like calculated action, so to speak. So people that are already more cunning, more manipulative, people that are already more strategic, it doesn't have to be negative. They can have such a surge of energy this week, and such kind of plans that are deeply thought out and actions that are really strategized can really come to fruition now. And when Mars and Pluto join, though, there is almost like a volcano energy that's happening, and it's Mars wants to explode, while Pluto is this very intense energy. So, you know, in certain areas of your life, wherever Mars and Pluto are joining, there can be small explosions or power struggles of some sort. But on the positive note, this can be an area of your life where you can achieve some feat of willpower, because Pluto intensifies Mars's personal willpower. Pluto intensifies this, makes us able of some kind of a feat of heroism, or feat of unachievable, not unachievable, but something we thought we couldn't do. Pluto, when Pluto joins Mars, or Mars joins Pluto, the other way around, because Pluto is the slower moving planet, then we have this kind of desire and ability to break through there, and ability to achieve some feat of willpower. So now let's see how it can manifest for different signs. If your ascendant sun if your ascendant or sun is in Aries, then Pluto and Mars will be in your 10th house of career. So there might be some power struggles with authority figure, father figure, boss. of some sort, maybe some structures like, you know, institutions of some sort. That's the more negative. They might be like a boss that becomes very more strategic, more manipulative, more kind of ruthless, and demands from you and puts you under pressure a lot. But on the positive side, you can break through with some career projects. You can achieve some feat of strength and willpower under pressure, or kind of have a breakthrough in regards to something to do with your career, in regards to something to do with structure, in regards to something to do with hierarchical structures in your life as well. Okay, that's one way. And possibly the universe might require from you to put extra and to use extra willpower to push through with some matter in your life in regards to career, in regards to projects of any sort. Okay, then for Taurus, ascendant or sun people, it's happening in your 9th house. There might be some power struggles with parental figures. 9th house rules father figures, teacher figures, professors, mentor figures of some sort. And 9th house also rules there might be some breakthrough, or the need to achieve something that requires a lot more of your focused energy and willpower, connected to travel, connected to higher education, connected to foreign countries. Maybe there might be some power struggles in regards to your belief systems that you're confronted and you have to kind of struggle there to prove it. For Gemini, it's happening in the 8th house. Some power struggles, secretive, in the secret with someone, maybe with your own inner demons that happen, because the 8th house is our own inner demons that we're battling with. But also there might be a breakthrough in regards to some matter of having to maybe some crisis situation, but that it also gives you the willpower to break through and to achieve some feat in regards to matters of mutual resources, in regards to matters of money that is connected to money that, or resources that are connected not only to you but to other people in some way, or other institutions in some way. But definitely be careful of some minor accidents if you're Gemini, Sun, Ascendant, or Moon, because the 8th house and 2 explosive planets is more accident prone there. When it comes to Cancers, Cancers is happening in the 7th house, so provocation can come and power struggles from other people. More explosive energy can come from other people, business partners, people in your life, clients, marriage partners. They might be a little bit more like a volcano under pressure, but at the same time you might achieve some feat of willpower together, or breakthrough in regards to something to do with a business deal, with the negotiations of some sort, in some agreement, or in cooperations with another person. Even though another person might be also, other people might be a source of pressure on you, with 2 difficult planets there. Then if you're Leo, it's happening in your 6th house, so there might be some power struggles in regards to at your workplace, for example, 6th house, so something that requires you to put extra willpower in regards to your health and in regards to your daily activities, in regards to your daily routines, maybe to kind of have some breakthrough or extra exertion that you need to put in regards to your health, in regards to something to do with getting some errand, running some duty, because 6th house rules errands, duties, you know, fulfilling all those, working behind the scenes extra hard, and it rules also our health and how we take care of it, and our daily duties and responsibilities that Leo will have to put some extra exertion in that direction. Okay, and there might be some little explosive energy that's happening there. And enemies rules the 6th house, so enemies might be a little bit more intense and challenging and more competitive in some way. Then for Virgos is going to be in your 5th house, so your children or loved ones, lovers or children is the 5th house. People that you have affectionate relationship with, that it's about love, it's about being loved. Usually it's children and people we're in love with, or in an intimate relationship of some sort. These are put under some kind of power struggles, under some pressure, in the pressure cookers, they say, a bit of a volcanic eruption. And it's, again, as I said, the best action for everyone is strategic. Rather than to explode like a volcano, be strategic. You know, try to hold up your horses and to controlled release of power. Controlled release of power is the key word for Pluto conjunct Mars. All the signs, rather than burst out and go and slay everyone with a gun, you know, and later regret it. When Pluto conjunct Mars, do it strategically and do it more like, you know, like a revenge is best served cold, in a sense, rather than reacting immediately. And at the same time, for Virgo's fifth house is to do with creativity, so there might be some creative burst and having to apply a lot of kind of energy and willpower in a controlled way in regards to some creative activity or something to do with your business if you have your own business. Okay, so then for Libra, it's happening in your fourth house. There might be some power struggles with family, people around in your home, people, family members of some sort, having to exert and put more extra willpower in regards to people connected to your home, to your family in some sort. And again, the best strategy, Libras, is controlled reaction, controlled use of energy rather than bursting out, you know. It might come to you through others, but you have to be a bit more calculating, so to speak, in your actions, so you don't regret later on. But you also have the opportunity to have some breakthrough in regards to family or home or property, for example, to be able to, if there is some, possibly, because it's two malefics in your fourth house, Libra, Ascendant, Sun and Moon, if there is some, there might be, if there is some damage on the property, it might appear, or some not very well-wishing agents can attack family or home, but that's very extreme case scenario. But just maybe the plumbing should be checked, and Mars can help you fix such problems at your home. For example, fix taps at your home, or having to deal with fixing something in regards to your property, in regards to matters of land and property or family. Okay, then we go into Scorpio. Scorpio, Mars conjunct Pluto is going to be happening in your third house, so there might be some power struggles through words, through communications, anything to do with, for example, sources of communication, laptop, phones, trying to protect them, try to be more careful, because not very kind forces, Mars and Pluto, are considered usually rogue planets, and like someone not stealing some source of communication or breaking. Try to be careful not to break computers, phones, or anything like that. But at the same time, if there's some power struggles with people, teammates, playmates, especially through words, teammates, playmates, co-workers, relatives, neighbors, you know, brothers, sisters, friends, it's all kind of those people in our daily activities. And if this is the lower manifestation of Pluto Mars, the higher, more explosive energy there. The higher manifestation is that you can, through some kind of applying extra willpower and energy, you can kind of get to the bottom and be able to fix or to complete some project, or gather up energy together with groups of people in a group environment and complete something that requires extra efforts and energy. And also, you can achieve some feat of skills, because third house rules skills, or some feat of knowledge, for example, because third house is information, breakthrough in some way with some kind of information. Then if you're Sagittarius, it's happening in your second house. Might be something to do with power struggles with finances, resources, or or sometimes family members, because in ancient astrology, second house also rules family. The best case scenario is like you might have to exert more willpower, and you can be able to achieve some feat of action, some feat which can make a breakthrough in regards to your finances, in regards to your material situation. But on the negative side, be careful not to lose, break, or damage some possession, not to get damaged in some way, or lost, you know, or affected in some negative way. Okay, then we have Capricorn. Capricorn, for you, Pluto is joining Scorpio in your sign. So it gives you great strength, great willpower to achieve something. For example, if you've wanted to overcome through willpower some addiction or something negative in your life, now can be a great week to really get the motivation. It makes you also more ambitious, makes you more strategic and more calculating in your approach, how you go after your desires. At the same time, you yourself might be feeling more like under the pressure, like a cooker under pressure that can erupt. And again, the advice for you is controlled release of energy rather than bursting out, because this is like the one that just blows off and goes and does things they regret after that. So control, strategic release of energy, and if you use it correctly, it can be a week you can achieve some great feat in moving forward in your life, some great feat of willpower, for example. Then we have Aquarius. It's happening in your 12th house, so it's possibly not so visible for us. I'm Aquarius ascendant, so it might be something to do with some power struggles in regards to matters of foreign countries or faraway places, or some power struggles, or maybe restless sleep, for example, because 12th house rules sleep, restless subconscious of some sort, or some kind of fears and more intense conditions coming to the surface from our subconscious, psychologically, emotionally. And then there might be some kind of an expense, for example, that is happening. And on another level, there might be kind of our own subconscious thoughts and fears that are pestering us, or those of you who believe in those kind of things, 12th house rules the invisible world, so kind of some Mars, Pluto, more darker energies, more stinging energies coming from the invisible world for us that might be disturbing our peace of mind, for example. Or they say that there's a hidden enemy, so someone doing something behind our back. That might be more, but if it's behind your back, how are you gonna know anyway? So what's the point of telling you? But also, don't yourself get involved in some kind of situations where you're taking actions which are underhanded against others, because this can really backfire in the long run for you. So stay away from such matters, Aquarius. Okay, and then Pisces is happening in your 11th house. There might be some power struggles with friends, in social groups, with groups, or some kind of activities with other people in a group as well, with ideologies of some sort. And 11th house is kind of also one's goals and dreams. So we can become more ambitious, and you can achieve some feat of willpower in regards to breaking through, or in regards to moving a step forward ahead with your dreams and goals, especially if you proceed kind of with more strategy. Anyway, the other thing is that Venus is moving into Sagittarius from around Wednesday, and it's going to be there till the 13th of November, so almost for a whole month. And wherever Venus goes, this is how we feel, where we feel more joy, more ease, where things happen more easily for us. And by the way, Venus ruled people like Libras and Taurus, whether it's your ascendant, sun, or moon, will start feeling a inflow of energy, because Venus is moving into a fire sign, Sagittarius. So they'll start feeling a bit more excitable, more adventurous, more full of daring, daredevil as well, more willing to experiment with new things, to try out new things, to expand their mind as well. And at the same time, Venus naturally rules all relationships, so people will become, when it comes to relationships, a bit more experimental, a bit more, when it comes to pleasures and love and relationships, longing for something far away, longing for something for about a month, maybe for an adventure abroad, or with someone foreign, or with something to experiment, or to try new adventures in your couple, in your relationship as well. It's usually a great time for parties of any sort, because fire is so excitable, and Venus in fire, fantastic time socializing, but also to kind of take daring steps in regards to, you know, anything to do with relationships. And how will Venus benefit each of the signs? Well, very quickly, the Aries, the fire signs, for example, will benefit by inspiration, by having more fun overall, by being able to be more center stage in some way and feeling more attractive, their confidence increasing through Venus for the next 1 month. Support somehow comes from the universe. It helps them, you know. Venus is in a fire sign, so definitely their love life and their self-worth improves when Venus is in a fire sign. For the air signs, which is anyone who is Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, Aquarius, or Libra, the Venus going into a fire sign is also going to be supportive for them, especially through others. So Venus can help them in relationships with others, with partners, with colleagues, with friends, with like-minded people. So kind and joy and pleasure comes to you by getting involved with others. While for the fire signs, it comes naturally, the inspiration, because Venus is in the fire signs, naturally the inspiration comes from within, and the pleasure and the source of joy and comfort. While for the air signs, it comes by joining, and Venus will help them in all kinds of relationships and connections with others for a month and make those more exciting. For the water signs, Venus will be in the so-called emotional houses, which means that Venus will be, just a second, let me think a little bit. Is it the emotional houses? Cancer. Just, I'm sorry, my mind is a bit tired currently. Venus in Sagittarius. Yes, so no, in the material houses. Sorry about that. So basically, for the water signs, Venus. So this means Cancer, Capricorn. Sorry, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Venus in the fire signs in Sagittarius will help them and will bring ease through material matters, through work, through money, through finances in some way, through practical routines, through some kind of tangible activities that bring tangible results, whether it's work, whether it's career, whether it's money, whether it's possessions of some sort. So Venus is helping, giving a relief there for a month for the water signs. And then is the earth signs, which is Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. For them, Venus affects them in the so-called emotional houses, in the 12th, the 8th, and the 4th. So support is coming from either family or from some more hidden resources, through emotional connection, through connecting with people on a deeper level, through enjoyment is coming from more private activities, whether it will be reading a book or drawing at home and taking a rest, or whether it's kind of being more intimate somewhere in a more private environment, and kind of healing. Venus, wherever it passes, it gives healing in whatever house it is. So for the earth signs, there will be healing coming to them on the emotional level, because Venus is in the emotional houses, and possibly even rejuvenation of those emotions, so to speak. So yeah, that's overall how things are. And now we also have on Thursday, approximately a day before and a day after, Mercury is in opposition with Uranus. This means that information increases, sudden surprising news can come for everyone. Mercury rules all sources of information communications, sometimes more likely to have some power outages or electric mishaps happening, especially to do with electronics, especially to do with sources of communication, with sudden kind of and sudden information, news that comes to you that is somehow surprising, but also that excites you in some way. Great time to study astrology, for example. Great time to investigate something new, something either technological or more cutting edge or more alternative as an information. And on another level, Mercury is our communications. They can be a little bit disrupted because it's a difficult aspect between Uranus. So out of the blue, friend appears and contacts you, and Mercury is our daily routines and plans, and it can disrupt our plans. So in the middle of the week, our plans might not go according to how we've planned. Kind of surprises can come to us out from above. And if you are traveling somewhere, Mercury is travel, there might be sudden interruption or sudden surprises. The travel might not develop exactly or the plan, the routine as you expected, but it's exciting still. And anything that you've planned, managed, organized, Uranus can bring an element of surprise there, and having to adapt and bring something new than what you've just planned. And often people can say surprising things when Mercury is in opposition with Uranus. Can say a bit of shocking things, but they can be honest usually, quite truthful, straight into your face, almost in a cutting way. And either sometimes they say something shocking or something quite honest and surprising. And that's how the whole week is progressing, guys. I think the most important influence is Mars conjunct Pluto. I try to explain it for each of the signs, how it's going to influence you. Then Venus going into Sagittarius, and Mercury opposition Uranus. So thank you so much. Come and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next week.